Hey guys, normally right now I'd be talking to you about what games I'm playing, what news I've read about video gaming, or something I'm excited about, and I can't do that right now. As you see in the headline there, a young man lost his life because he was holding a video game controller. He was holding a Wii Remote in his hand. And there's a lot of outrage going on around YouTube about this, as it should be. And the only reason I'm making a video here is because I'm not going to put something else out today, out of respect for Mr. Raupp's family. Christopher Raupp was his name. I don't want to forget it. The young man was a Army ROTC member, and he was aspiring to be in the delayed entry program for the Marine Corps. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. This kid, by all accounts of everything I've read, he was well liked, he got good grades, he was a good kid, enjoyed a video game. All American kid, right? And I'm going to frame this properly, because this is the reason I'm making the video. Some of the framing has been lost, I think. His father violated a probation, and so the police arrived to serve the warrant based off of the violation of the probation that his father had committed. Whatever that is. In other words, we don't know what the father was on probation for. We don't know what he did to violate the probation. It could be something relatively innocent. And for the sake of Chris's family, that's where I'm going to keep my thoughts, because I don't want to think of his father as a piece of shit. At this point. If it comes out that he is, I'll make another video and I'll call him a piece of shit. But as it is, for all we know, the guy did something stupid, was trying to do better, and slipped up. It could be something as simple as maybe he had one too many traffic violations and he went to jail, because some states have that. Georgia's pretty strict about that sort of thing. And then he got a parking ticket or something, and that's a violation of probation, you know. I had an OWI several years ago, and in that probationary period, I couldn't so much as sneeze at a traffic light, and I could have violated probation, and the same thing could have happened to me. So I understand that part of it. It's like, we don't know what that was about. So anyway, the cops go to his house to serve the warrant of the violation of probation. Christopher answers the door, having been playing a Wii game. I don't care what color the Wii Remote was. Wii Remote is a stick you hold like this. It's not longer than this. Unless he was holding one of the Zapper modified things, but that no report states that at all. So even then, those are not, they don't look like weapons. They're not colored correctly for that sort of thing, right? So he answers the door with a Wii Remote. He's just holding it. And according to all accounts, without identifying police officer, without identifying anything, kid is shot in the chest, dead. No warning, no identification, and after he asked who it was. The kid's 17 years old. Now, part of my brain goes to there must be something that his father had done that was relatively serious for the police to even have guns drawn going to his probation violation. And maybe that was the case. And if it was, before you use deadly force, you have to identify who you are. Police free, shoot, blam, something along those lines. You have to establish that a weapon is being brandished. You have to establish that your life is in danger. I understand that police officers have to protect themselves, and I understand that police have to take care of business. I understand that. I'm not anti-police officer. I like police. They keep me safe. They do the best they can. Not every police officer I've ever dealt with was on the up and up, in my opinion, but I will say, and I've lived across this country, up and down, left to right, the vast majority are good people, and they're well-meaning. It's the higher up you get, that's where you tend to see, sources of corruption and things like that. Those of my subscribers in South America know exactly what I'm talking about, particularly in Brazil and Argentina, and I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. There's no reason for this to have happened. None whatsoever. Christopher Raup, the guy who's playing a video game, answered the door politely and was shot in the chest over a misunderstanding for something his father did, which may or may not have been a major thing. And now a young man who wanted nothing more than to relax while he's on his way to serving his country, which is an extremely noble act, given, you go into the military these days, you know exactly what you're getting into. It's more life-threatening than it's been in a long time. It's not as bad as, say, Korea or Vietnam or even World War I or II were, but it is not a cakewalk. So for a young man to be going into the service willingly, to volunteer, this kid didn't get in trouble and he's going to go in the Marine Corps. You've seen pictures online. He's in his ROTC uniform. The guy wasn't fucking around. He was doing this, for a kid like that to get shot this senselessly, that's where I think the shock comes in. Add to that the fact that he was just playing a fucking video game. Are you kidding me? And then my brain goes into this whole thing of would this have even made the news if he was female or black or Asian or Latino, Hispanic? And yes, those two are different. What have you? I mean, state of this country is pretty bad when something like this happens, and it hits home for people like us that we take particular joy in sharing a form of entertainment. I mean, think about this with other forms of entertainment, right? This is the equivalent of this young man getting shot for answering the door with a remote control for your television. It's the same thing. It's the same shape. It looks the same. The kid was holding a remote control in his hand. Wasn't even holding something like this that looks weird like a boomerang. He was holding a straight cylinder in his hand. And he got shot. And no one can tell us why. Folks, I'm going to be watching this, and I hope that you do too. Think about this. If you have a child, hold them close, teach them how to answer the door, have a system in place, something. If you don't and you live alone, protect yourself in as much as don't open yourself up to getting shot in the chest, that sort of thing. So, I guess leave your remote control and your controllers where answer the door with nothing in your hands. Which for some of you, depending upon where you live, is a difficult habit to get in. I have lived in areas where I had to keep a baseball bat next to the door because I didn't trust anybody. And I had good reason not to trust anybody because it was a bad neighborhood. But I couldn't answer my door like that, but I got shot in the chest. So, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and you guys can go back to grinding tomorrow, but today, make your family the priority. Make your family the priority every day. And if you're watching this, you're part of my extended family, and I appreciate that you've listened to this. If you want to comment and leave your condolences for the family down here, I encourage you to do that. I'm not monetizing this video. That's not what this is about. It's not what this is about. Rest in peace, Chris, and take care of each other. Thanks.